Hi, this is JilliBling. How are you? Look at today's project. Isn't this beautiful? This I saw online from Brian King. Stampwithbrian.com, and I just love it. I think it's so elegant, and it is using the Gallery Blooms bundle. But other than that, it's just layering beautiful designer paper. Both of these come in one pack. The flowers, I would be inclined to put them on top, but the way that they're underneath, I think it just makes it so elegant, so pretty. So I want to do another project like this today, but in different blue tones. Blue flowers, blue designer paper, but still the same black and white designer paper. Then I went a little crazy on the inside with coloring, but I love how that looks. So Gallery Blooms for the greeting, beautiful motifs. And unbound dies for this die right here for the greeting. And of course, Gallery Blooms dies to cut out the flowers. Okay. Thank you, Brian King. I'm loving this. And in the video description, there's the paper cut sizes and a list of all the supplies used to make this project. So we'll use our embossing buddy. This is paper to stamp on. Here's card pieces, but here's the designer paper. And here is this petal pink striped piece. And today I want to use this blue. And I should check what the name of that blue color is. It will say on the back. And did you know that on the back of packages of paper, right under the description, it says what colors are included. And basic black, it's boho. That's why I couldn't match it. But I have an idea. I have 2 of the flowers already colored, not the third one. And I was trying to get it to match boho because boho is an ink color that's gone. I love boho blue. But I found that if you use balmy blue is a bit more yellow of a blue, but I put Misty Moonlight in there and I think it brings it together close enough to the boho blue. Okay, so boho, calypso, coral, daffodil delight, flirty flamingo, granny apple green, mossy meadow, petal pink, poppy parade, shy shamrock. Pretty, pretty, pretty paper. So, set this off to the side. Okay, so let's start with this. And I have my foam pad. When stamping with polymer, because it doesn't have the cushion built in, polymer stamps come at a little bit more reasonable price. But then if you use the foam pad, you get a good image when you stamp. So let's just get to stamping. That's first on the pile. All these little steps, usually it doesn't matter what order. If it does matter what order, I'll certainly tell you. Oop, telephone. Okay. And I need 2 of these for the front. And the one on the inside is just stamped on the inside paper. So this little sheet could get 5. Aren't those pretty? I love this stamp. I've used it quite a few times. Wonder if I have the samples I did the other day handy. Okay, so conveniently, there's a die to cut those out. The other samples, I don't know where they are. But I have 2 of them cut out. And together we could color the inside. I'm thinking about doing just 1 on the inside, but we'll color that together. Okay, so let's get to building this card. And I think this card is good for birthdays, thinking of you, because it's not real loud, like if you use Poppy Parade and bright sunshiny colors, that could be used for a lot of things too, but I think this one could be used, and the Petal Pink, for a sympathy card. But lots of good uses, and it's good to have those on hand. Isn't that pretty? Get all these pieces. This is for the words. I could do the words next. Look at that. So what do you think? You think I'm not trying to recreate the color boho blue, but I think with I'll hold this up close, with the Misty Moonlight on the inside of it, it kind of gets it closer to the boho blue color. So stick those together, but let's stamp the words, and I'll do those in Versamark, and I need that pad. Because the words are the Beautiful Motifs stamp set, which is polymer. So I use the You've Been on My Mind. I want to use this longer one, wishing you love and happiness that lasts a lifetime. And then on the inside, I want to say celebrate, which would be good for a wedding. Okay, so embossing buddy. So Tony took off today, and he's going to go help the kids with the cabin, and he's picking up Uncle David on the way, and I get to stay home. Okay, then this is going to go into white embossing powder. And then I'll use the rectangular die to cut this out. So here it is. And if ever you cut something out, particularly on a dark color using white, if you have these little dots, and you know I use the embossing buddy, I have a trick, which is take a Sharpie or your black blends, dark, and just put a dot, and it will cover up that bold white little freckle. But don't do a scribble. And I say that only because the Sharpie marker, I probably should try the blends instead, has a red hue to it after it dries, just very slight. And if you look at it at the right angle, it's kind of obvious that it's there. But it's definitely better than having little white freckles. Okay, so let's see how this is coming together. See, I think that's beautiful. But I love blue colors. Okay, so for the inside, let's get that stamped. I'm going to do Celebrate at the top and maybe just one grouping of the flowers at the bottom in Memento. Celebrate. Well, that's pretty. Looks a little curved. Looks curved. Okay, so if ever you have polymer, sometimes it works in your favor that you can change the shape of the stamp. This time it does look like it's a little bit curved, so I don't want that to be. So what you could do is just take it off or take it out of the box, all natural, let it sit there, and then see how it's still kind of loose? Then put it on the block. Let me see if I can find another one that's not dirty so I can show you what I'm talking about. So thinking of you, you can make it, kind of give it a little stretch. You can make it rounded. Where's a block? Like if you put it on here, you could really exaggerate the shape of it. And sometimes that's beneficial. You could have it go around an image, but see how it's rounded? So that could work out in your favor. But generally, I like them straight. So just let it be all natural. Give it a minute to get rid of that little curve, and then put it on the block. And now it's straight. Okay, let's try that Celebrate one more time. Like if you had a banner going across something, you could have your words follow that banner shape perfectly. The shape of the string. Okay, how about a straight, not curved? Oh, much better. Okay, and at the bottom, I want to do one grouping of the flowers. Right here. Okay, I think we're done stamping. So this can go off to the side. Let's build the card. Look how pretty that already is. This goes on the inside. Does it matter to color it first or not? I don't think it matters. So for now, it'll just go right here. So let's get all these layers together. Sometimes the back side of the paper, it's like, oh, that's pretty. And then you get all kinds of ideas. Oh, I could do that next. I can make a card with the floral scene. Oh, there's a little ladybug on there. Do you see how cute that is right there? So we're getting ready to go on vacation for a week. We're going to Mexico. We have a timeshare, so we go regularly. And the kids always join us. And so this will be baby Warren's first time out of the country. He has his own passport. His mom takes such good care of him. She has all kinds of swim gear for him and sunscreen, and I follow the shades, so he'll be right with me. We'll do a little swim time, but looking forward to a little family vacation. Okay, that's good. Now this paper, see, that's pretty too. See, until I saw Brian's idea, I would have never known, gosh, what do you do with this paper? I really like the black and white. I probably would think about coloring parts of it with the blends, like coloring the flowers, but I love how it looks. So earlier this week, Mama and I, we went for our nails, but this time I had my toes done too, and they're matching, and he put little flowers on everything. Okay, this I'm going to put on with dimensionals, and there's this white layer just so it stands up against the dark designer paper. Okay, I have markers in the way of my dimensionals. This side looks a little more exciting. This side is a little bit calmer. That might be distracting, so I'll put it this way. Probably doesn't matter. Okay, and then for putting the words on, At this point, I'm going to do just one dimensional right in the middle, and that's so I could tuck the other flowers in. I'm going to put it on just lightly because I want to make sure that these will tuck in, and I don't want the flowers to come off the edge of the paper. Let me see about this one, the placement. So this one, the leaves, everything is not extending beyond the white frame. So I'll put it on like that. I think the flowers are so pretty, it's hard to cover them up. But it's kind of the mystique and the mystery of the card by having them hidden. Isn't that pretty? But I love blue. This one, it looks like it's at the edge of the paper. I see it kind of a flat spot. So I'm gonna exchange them. Okay, so to attach these, what's interesting is now that I have a dimensional here, and this panel has a dimensional, that means I probably need 2 dimensionals under these flowers. Okay, I could do it. Or I would just put 1 dimensional under and have this part glued to the blue designer paper. That's a better plan. That would make the words stand up even more. So little dimensionals around the outside edge. Okay, let me see. Because I know there's a dimensional here. There's one over there. Okay, and then glue on the underside, because that's going to stick on the blue designer paper. There it is. Okay, so this one is just so pretty, but I'm going to tuck it into there. I'm looking at how much of the flower center is showing, and I'll put it just like that. So this gets stuck on with just plain old glue. Everything is glue, so that the word label stands up. It's kind of going against the grain. It's like if I take the time to color all of it, I think it should be the focus. Okay, there it is. Isn't that beautiful? Now I'll put a few more dimensionals under the corners of my word label. And also, I didn't stick it down really hard, but I can shift it just to make sure that this side is parallel with the front focal frame. Okay. I want to make sure that the words are straight. Looks good. And I'm putting 4 minis. I could put 4 big ones, but because I'm tucking it under, I think the mini ones are a little bit easier to use. Okay, that looks good. We still have to do the inside, the coloring, so the flowers are just like this. But we're done with dimensionals. So for bling, on this one I used the foil, iridescent foil gems, which I think work well with the petal pink. And I put a hint of tiger in here just to give the flowers a little depth. But I think the colors that are picked up by these gems work perfectly with petal pink and tiger. So I'm using some retired gems, but you can use anything. I was thinking maybe iridescent pearls would be good. But I have iridescent rhinestones from last year. And as you see, I have quite a few of them. So I'm going to use some of these. Looks pretty from that side. Oh, looks real pretty from that side. So the big ones I think might be a little bit too big. So I will use 1 medium and 2 small. See, I did 2 down here, 1 up there. Those are really pretty with these colors, the blues. Okay, just a little sparkle. Ooh, with the iridescent faceted pearls or gems, those would be beautiful here too. All because they pick up the blue colors. Okay, so for the inside, just a little bit of coloring. So I'll show you up close. Maybe 3 petals and 2 leaves. And then I'll get busy and I'll get it finished. So I'm starting with Misty Moonlight Light. And I'm just putting some of the Misty Moonlight right here where the petal comes out from the center of the flower. And try to do 2 layers of color. Okay. Then I'll do Balmy Dark. And I'll do this over the Misty Moonlight edge. And then leaving room for Balmy Blue Light. So when I hold this up close, you'll say, oh yes, I see 3 color zones. But the human eye is very nice, where when you have it all done, you just see it all blended and looking like a perfect petal. Probably could try a little bit harder to blend the Misty Moonlight line away. Like, see right here how it's a heavy line? So I'll just take the dark and go over the seam in between the 2 colors. I don't want too much of the Misty Moonlight to go away because I think it's close to the boho color tone. Okay, and now I'll do 2, well, let me finish up these leaves. So I'll probably just do 3 at a time. If I do more than that, the Misty Moonlight color will dry. And right now I have the benefit of it not being dry, so it's easier to just blend without effort. So we've been teaching Baby Warren sign language. Not sign language, not the full-on all the letters. Obviously he doesn't know how to spell, but more just symbols. Like if you tap your chin, that means eat. And if you put your fingers together like this, that means more. And I thought the other day, it's like, oh, is he doing it? I think he's doing it. Then it was on, more. He wanted, everything was more. And he ate so much that day. Was he really hungry? I don't know, but he kept doing the sign, so we kept feeding him. And then at home, he ate a lot too, because his parents were like, oh my gosh, he's communicating with us. So the next morning, Tony had him in his lap in the morning when we were drinking coffee together. And I purposely went over and I got a little, it's like a cupcake top thing, which he normally doesn't eat. He eats quite a bit more healthy than that. And he kept on doing more. He doesn't know how to do eat, but he does more. And it's just so cute, those little chubby arms saying more. And I have a video of that. I have to grab my phone. It's across the room on the charger. And I'll show you at the end. I'll show you that little video. And then yesterday we had him in, I got a few things from Amazon. In the Amazon box, Tony looked at it and he goes, I bet you Warren would fit in there. I said, well, you know, it's almost Prime Day. So we put him in there, and we put a few of his toys next to him, and then I got some toys that he could kind of bang the box with because he was hitting it, and he likes doing that with his fingers. We call it, his mom calls it scritchy scratch, so we call it scritchy scratch. Like everything he sees, his first thing is to scritchy scratch it. So he kept doing that with the box, and then you know how they say it's the most fun when kids have the box that the toy came in. Okay, so he was having fun with the box, but I went into the kitchen and I got this whisk, and it was kind of like Teflon coated, and the end had a rounded hook on it, so it was nothing that he would be hurt by, and that's become one of his favorite toys because he likes to bang things with it. So we gave him the whisk while he was in the Amazon box. He was occupied, and a few other toys, for over an hour. And he's just so cute sitting there in that box. But I think the box provided extra support because yes, he can sit, but can he sit for very long? Usually he topples over and then he's on the move to go get something. But the box provided support, and it was keeping his toys, or his little, yeah, I guess toys in there. But that went on for quite a while. That was really cute. But he was banging everything with the whisk. Oh, and then his, I think we have this little rubber chicken that we got from my dad's memorial, and that's his favorite toy. So he threw the toy out, because you know how his hand just goes over off to the side, and out goes the toy, and babies do that. And so he looked at it, and then he was telling me with his hands, more, more. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't work for all things that you want. It's not a have it, have it, have it. That's like for food, or, well, I guess it could be for anything. But everything that fell out that he couldn't reach, he kept on signing more. And it's just so hard to not give him everything he wants because his little hands are so cute when he pulls them to, well, that's another thing, is he doesn't know how to do this or how to tap his chin. He takes his little hands together, cups them, and brings them to his chest. So he kept doing that over and over, thinking, give me my toys. This is SU 300, just a brown color for the center of the flower. But he kept doing that. He wants more everything. Okay, so to do the leaves, not that it's hard. Let me see which ones are, I'll do these two because they're kind of the biggest. So I'm going to go everything with Mossy Meadow Light. And because I want the darker color of Mossy Meadow to show through, maybe I'll do one more, just to kind of let it dry. I'm not going to take time to blend it like I did for the flower. Okay. This is Petal Pink Light Dark and Timid Tiger, and then the leaves are Seafoam. So it's a little bit of a softer look. This is more dramatic. Okay, and then with the green, just wherever the veins are. And I'll have pictures on my blog, which is JilliBling.com, and it will show close-ups of all these, and then you could see the coloring. And sometimes it's nice just to have a photo where you could just look at the photo and just copy that, like I did with Brian. But you're welcome to do that. Okay, so now that that leaf is done, I'll do these remaining leaves. We'll stick it on the inside. I think we'll be done. Then I'm going to go grab my phone. And I know not all people are interested in grandma stuff, which is perfectly fine. Until I had little baby Warren in my life, when I heard grandma's stuff, it'd be like, okay, oh, that's cute. So I completely understand if you're like, I'm here for the Stampin'. And he started signing his first sign, his only sign, on his, I think it was like the day before he turned 8 months. Just a few days ago. Okay. And I really like the blue. Well, I like both of them. I'm thinking it'd be nice in like lemon lolly, and the flowers have white tips, and the depth of the petal be lemon lolly. That would be very pretty. I don't know if I have any paper that would go with that. This is pretty. Okay, there it is. Okay, I'm going to set this down and get my phone off the charger. Okay. Let me see. Ooh. Here is 8 months. And she does this every month. So it's always the same picture and layout. Okay, and then let me show you him. Oh, this is him in the box. Oh, this is, okay, so let me see if there's volume.
It's more to eat. More eat.
See him with his hands? We'll do it one more time and then I'll turn it off. Look at, watch his hands. Show me with your hands. Show me more. More.
Break it into small bits here with my big mitts, dude.
Isn't he just the cutest?
Ooh, you okay? Yeah. Cough it up.
And then this is him in the box. I think this is a video. Oh, that's him banging it. But he just banging it. Isn't that fun? Okay, so that's our excitement. So which one do you like better? Do you like the blue or the tiger? I think the tiger is a little bit with, or the petal pink with the tiger. I think it's a little bit more bold. Well, obviously the blue is soft, but I love them both. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day.